Industries continue to brace for economic uncertainty with looming tariffs by the U.S. set to take effect next month. It's added pressure for workers who want a raise as they face a high cost of living during these unpredictable times. To help us navigate this, we have Sheila Musgrove, founder of TAG Recruitment and author of Hired. Thank you so much, Sheila, for being with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You have some really great information for people who are thinking about this, but yes, also sort of confused and maybe uncertain and not sure what to do. You have some key questions to consider before you prepare for that question of a rate increase conversation. Take us through what these questions are. What should we be asking ourselves?
Sure. There's 5 key situations where a raise is probably in order. So the first one is, has your job scope or responsibilities, have they expanded? That's first. And then next is, if they have, are you really mastering those new responsibilities? Great timing. Or maybe your job hasn't changed at all, but you're really doing an incredible job. That's also a good time. Then as well, people may feel that perhaps their rate is below market rate. And if so, there's some really good online tools to check benchmark salaries in Calgary. Where are you at versus what the benchmarks are saying, or even take a look at job postings. Not all of them will have pay rate info, but some will. And then lastly, think about, when's the last time there was an increase? So was it 12, 18, 24 months? If so, then the timing is probably really good for you to have that conversation.
So there's preparation involved, as you mentioned. So when you ask yourself these questions and you come up with this plan and these answers, you say to put it on paper and submit that to your boss.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the pay rate conversation. I think for most people gives tremendous anxiety. It's a big, heavy conversation. So let's put it down in writing, put the rationale in writing. What have you been contributing? Where have you been able to deliver to the company? As well as if there is pay rate information you would like to share, put that into a document, email it to your manager ahead of time. That way they have time to contemplate, consider, and really be present for that meeting when you do meet with them.
I think that's really important. Don't just pop into an interview, schedule it, submit it beforehand.
Yeah.
So again, all this preparation that goes in ahead of time.
Yes.
Now, when you schedule a talk like that, a tough one, as we mentioned, what if your boss says, I don't have, now is not the time. I don't have time. Well, what do you do then?
So, and that can be very real. But I think sending the email to say, I'd love to have the conversation about compensation. No, it's very clear what you would like to do. And yeah, you may get a no, and it may be budgets are frozen, salaries are frozen for the next 6 months. But if it is, then they should say to you, well, great, let's revisit that in June, or let's revisit that in the fall. Lock that into your calendar and make sure that you are doing a follow-up. That's really important.
And I did mention there is so much going on that could have implications on the economy, like those looming tariffs, also an upcoming federal election. So you say timing does matter. These things should be considered?
Absolutely. All of those factors, as you said, all of those external factors, looming tariffs, what's happened to the organization? Has it been a really tough couple of years? Has the organization lost a major client, supplier? What's happening in the organization? That should be a consideration. But on the flip side, if it's been an amazing couple of years or year for an organization, well, the timing may be absolutely perfect to have that conversation.
Okay, some really great advice there if this is on your mind and you're maybe thinking that this is a question you want to ask your employer. There you go, some great advice there. You can head to hideseekfind.com for more information. Thank you so much, Sheila, for this.
Thanks, Bindu.